Alright, so today we'll be presenting Dunkin' Donuts in Central America and then the country that we picked out of the 4 countries that were assigned. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Lauren.
Alright, so the countries that we were assigned were El Salvador, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras. And then the 3 factors that we took into account were population size, the GDP of each country, and then the ease of doing business rank. And we ultimately went with Guatemala because of the population size, and because the GDP is just miles ahead of all the other countries in this group. The ease of doing business is ranked 2nd out of these 4, but we just determined that the population size and GDP just outweigh that. Okay, so the proposed service and product that we have, we chose Dunkin' Donuts as our product to export to Guatemala. Reason being is that Guatemala is known as one of the biggest coffee bean producers globally. So we thought it makes sense that if they're producing coffee beans within their country, we would present a company that would utilize that and sell their product to themselves. So we discovered that American fast food chains such as Burger King, Wendy's, and Taco Bell already exist within the country. So that's essentially why we came to the conclusion that another American company like Dunkin' Donuts would also be successful there. Okay, so when it comes to our entry strategy, we're going to utilize a strategic licensing strategy to enter the Guatemalan market. And the strategic licensing strategy is used when barriers to entry are relatively high. And in this case, they are because of cultural differences and a language barrier, and then also consumer behavior, what they like to buy. And one thing that we really looked at was our main competitor that's already there, being Starbucks. And they had used this exact strategy to enter the market. So we think that if we use the same process and we're offering a similar product and service, that they might respond well to it. And then the way that Starbucks appeals to the market is within their store locations, they have imagery of like local coffee farms and just like scenic things around the city and whatnot. And that creates like a feeling of familiarity and comfort for the customers because they're like, okay, this is like at home, this is an at-home product, so like we know what this is about. Okay, and then segmenting, targeting, and positioning. Our target segment, we're gonna look at individuals aged 20 to 50 because that is the largest working class segment. This consists of consumers who are looking for a caffeine boost throughout the work week. And then when it comes to the product itself, we're gonna use a standardization targeting strategy just because coffee is coffee. But we will be adapting for language barriers, like I said before, and then store design to appeal to the Guatemalan culture. And then along to go with that, positioning is kind of the same thing when it comes to language and cultural barriers. We want to make them feel like it's a familiar location, and so we're going to use the local cultural positioning.
And for the price, we'll have to lower the prices to accommodate their general public. And if we left the prices the same, only the older people who have higher salaries would be able to afford Dunkin' Donuts, so it wouldn't be as effective. And for a pricing strategy, we should use rigid cost plus pricing because we can keep the prices low, and since the coffee is coming straight from Guatemala, the economy and culture of other countries matter less. And also for our place, we'll be using direct distribution channels. Selling directly in stores will help build a relationship with customers, so since this is a new company coming to this country, it will help build rapport and just trust among the community. And then for our promotion strategy, the region's infrastructure helps us or limits us in promoting in many different ways. So direct marketing would be our best. Using something like sampling to start with is great so they can taste the coffee and get acclimated to it. And that can be coupled with coupons, so like they come in and sample it and then we give them a discount to come in next time to get retention. Also using point of purchase promotions, things like signs and posters, just hanging them around would be good because they walk a lot and they don't drive as much over there. And also for media, using newspaper, TV, and radio would be more effective than using social media because the infrastructure there as well. And in summary, we selected Guatemala because of their population size, their GDP, and their coffee culture. And although we may have to adjust promotion and pricing strategies, we still believe that Dunkin will be successful in Guatemala.